Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
This is Joshua Miller Law.
To all the human families on the planet Earth, this is DJ KY's Allah, aka Kato, the Black Superhero. Listen, you are love, peace, and happiness. High salute. Welcome to the Real2reel360, y'all. Listen, we got another dynamic episode for y'all this evening, so relax, kick back and chill, and let's get right into it. But before we bring on our special guest for this evening, got to bring on our co-host with the most. Y'all know who he is, the man that needs no introduction, but I will, because that's my B.I.G. baby, brother in God. Let's get it.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
We are back in the building. What it do, peace.
Peace, man. It's beautiful to have my big bro back with me, man. Last week I struggled without him, man. But shout out to him taking care of moms. You know what I'm saying? Family is always first when it comes down to this right here. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure that y'all like and subscribe on Facebook as well as YouTube. Today is going to be an epic episode. We got one of these dynamic soul divas of Southern Soul in the building. She is Rosalyn Candy, the goddess of Southern Soul. Let's get it.
Peace and blessings. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm still vibing off
Hey,
y'all
while we
intro
start
beat.
now, can you go ahead and what I missed, bro?
She said she was vibing off of the intro.
Yeah, that intro is fire, right?
It is.
Hey,
Thank you.
that's my brother over there rapping on it. So,
Talent.
hey, could you go ahead and introduce yourself to our followers and listeners, please?
Sure. What's my name? Candy. My name is Rosalyn Candy. I am the goddess of soul, you guys. My mission, my purpose here with this music is just to spread love and light, heal some relationships, party, have fun, and make it do what it do.
Well, that's what we want to do over here is really rock out, have some good times, and vibe out. But can you tell the people, when did you start doing music? When did you start singing?
Oh wow. I've been singing all my life. My parents had their own gospel choir when I was a little girl, so I recorded my first song at the age of 9 with their gospel choir called God's Children. So I've been at this a very, very, very long time. Inspired by gospel artists, including my mother, such as Yolanda Adams, Tremaine Hawkins, the Clark Sisters. That's where my roots are, definitely in gospel.
Now, what was it? What did I hear?
We can hear you.
I
I
can't.
can hear you.
There's a
Oh,
delay coming on your end from somewhere.
okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear for a second. That's why I was like, I didn't know what was going on. Can you hear me? Can you hear us, huh?
I can
Hmm.
hear you, babe. Mic check
Okay.
1 2 1 2. You good over
Uh,
here?
all right, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, being from the Louisiana area, and there's like a melting pot of music. What was it about Southern Soul that was attractive?
um, to be honest, we have a family from Baton Rouge, Louisiana called the Neal family. So Jackie Neal was always someone that a lot of young ladies looked up to in the the Neal family. I don't know if you're familiar. You should be familiar with Jackie Neal,
Yeah,
but the
pretty much.
Neal family, yeah, the Neal family, they had they had a club. They was very prominent in the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, when it came to blues. And before, I didn't even know it was called Southern Soul back then. I just thought it was blues.
Yeah,
So when she passed, for some reason that really touched me. Like I met her informally, a while back when she was alive. So when she passed, it just touched me like hard. Like it hit me hard. And I was like, I feel like her life was taken so early. Like she was just getting ready to bring Southern Soul to the next level as a female. So I had I used to dance to this rap group back in the day, by the name of the Much Fresh Crew. It's a guy named B-Lo. They had a song called Jigga City. I'm sorry, Jigga Juice that he had, from an artist with the group. He had wrote a song for Jackie Neal. Prior to that, I had just did a recording in the studio with Tyree Neal, her nephew, on his Whiskey and Beer album. So we recorded in Miss Jackie Neal's studio, which was located right outside her house at the time. So when I'm singing, as I'm singing, I'm literally, don't think I'm crazy, I'm literally feeling this woman presence. And I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do this. Um, Put it on the back burner, did the song with him, but put it on the back burner. The guys that I used to dance for, he had told me he wrote a song for her because he said that was his cousin.
mhm,
He said, I started writing this song, 2 months. He started writing for Jackie Neal, and he asked me, if to take a listen. He didn't know I could sing because he thought I was just a rapper.
right.
So when I heard it, yeah, when I heard it in that song, he was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, when Miss Jackie Neal was supposed to do it, she's like, "This the one right here. This the song." So I did that song. That was "Stroke It" in Love Games. "Stroke It Like It's Spoken" in Love Games. I completed writing, the third verse on "Stroke It," and then I did the second and third verse on "Love Games." So that's what made me get into Southern Soul, the love that I had for Miss Jackie Neal.
Okay. Now I'm glad that you segue into "Stroke It Like You Spoke It" and "Love Games" because I wanted the titles are very interesting. Where did the concept for "Stroke It Like You Spoke It" come from? Was it because guys was over talking their game, or was it what was that situation?
Well, again, Bilo, that's
Mhm.
who he started writing those 2 songs for Miss Jackie Neal. So he already had the title. So all I did was come in and just add my sauce on it. So yeah,
Yep.
he came up with those 2 titles.
You came up with that. Well, right
Mhm.
now I want to give the audience a chance to hear "Stroke It Like They Spoke It." And peace to all those that's in the chat. Jay Anthony, Life with CC, our sister Kim, HR coach, Miss Lynn, our sister, and happy belated birthday. Appreciate y'all checking in. Carla Eubanks as well. You got it, bro?
Yeah, let's get it in.
They stroke it like you spoke it.
Hey.
Ladies, I got a phone call from one of my favorite children the other night, and he was talking all that trash. He was gonna put all his good loving down on me, had me all hot and bothered. So when he came over, you know what I had to tell him, ladies? Listen, this is what I said. You gotta stroke it like you smoke it, stroke it, stroke it. Won't be no one. You gotta stroke it. really can't walk that walk. He just be playing around. My merry-go-round. Ladies, you know what I mean. You. I don't want you playing with it, but you can't hurt it. Stroke it, stroke it. Oh, stroke it like you're stroking. I like the way you are talking to me on the telephone. So I open my door, come home alone, and stroke it all night long. And give me what I'm needing for. You know what I want. You, I don't want you playing with it, but you can't hurt it. Strong it, strong it. Stroke it like you're stroking, stroke it. Come on now, boy. Stroke it, stroke it, stroke it, and stroke it, and stroke it, and stroke it, and stroke it. Hey! All right now. Now stroke it to the left, now stroke it to the right. Now work it in the middle. Yeah, yeah. Roll it. Gotta be able to come on and stroke it, baby. Stroke it, stroke it. Stroke it like you're stroking, stroke it.
Stroke it like you spoke it. Now,
Listen.
in that song, I know you know he wrote a couple of verses, but is it true that individuals be over talking their game?
Yes, they do. You know, to me, it felt like it was a concept off of that Clarence Carter. I be
Right.
stroking. So, and you know, Theo this Edith said he could stand up in it, but so it's almost like you know what, you talk a good talk, but let me find out it's only 2 seconds when you get there. No, I'm just
Oh, she,
kidding.
she didn't say 2 minutes. She said 2 seconds. Good. Boy,
What's my
that's
name? Candy. Yes, Lord.
yo. I tell you this. Now those songs were recorded on Malaco.
No, this is way before Malaco. So Stroke It and Love Games was independently released. At the time, I was just doing it as an independent artist. I didn't have a label. Um, so yeah, I didn't get with Malaco until well, I didn't do songs with Malaco until this year,
Oh,
2023. Mm-hmm.
so what year was it actually that you started singing Southern Soul?
2010.
2010.
2010. Yeah.
Now, as an independent artist, do what is your writing team like? Was it just you, or do you outsource with someone else?
Well, back then in 2010, those two songs, like I said, he started writing those Stroking and Love Games. And then I finished the two verses in Love Games and the last verse in Stroke It. But everything else up until 2022, I wrote on my own. 2022, I had a young lady by the name of Jennifer Lucky Scott. She wrote I Want to See, well, she did, was it I Want to See you first? No, Southern Soul Party, 2021, sorry. Then 2022, she did I Want to Feed You. And 2023, she did Ooh Ah. So I didn't let anybody write for me up until 2000, to 2020, 2021. Everything else has been just me. I've been begging people to write for me because they always say, "Oh, Rosalind, oh, you got some good music, but you ain't got no hit." And I'm like, "I don't have no hit. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, you know. So when I went to, do some songs with Malico, these were songs that were already written because I wanted to see what's the difference between what I got and what they say I'm missing. And I still haven't seen the difference yet. So,
Right. So now, can you talk to the experience of co-writing Love Games?
Love Games challenged me on the Southern Soul and Blues side, okay? Because I was always into R&B and gospel. So Love Games was it challenged me. He started off with my best friend man says he loves me. He did that. So when we get to the second verse, uh oh Lord, I can't even think right now. Um my girl is on the phone and she's talking. That's the third verse. My girl is on the phone and she's talking. That was something that I related to real life, that part. But when it came to the rest of the verse, that was just in my imagination. However, I knew that it was a good verse because people started to question my loyalty to my best friend. So I knew that I did good when I wrote the second and the third verse to that song because to them, they would say, people, real quick story. One of my best friends, her mother-in-law said, I think she wrote that song about yours. I said, oh, no, I didn't. And I was like, this song was already written way, before then. And to me, what makes a good song, is if people can relate to that. You know what I mean? So it's a relatable song, but it challenged me.
Now, that's interesting because if she thought that, or she said that, then that means she thought that there was something there that wasn't there actually. So,
Actually,
so you have to definitely watch folks sometimes because they definitely will reveal themselves. Hey, Kay, let's kick into that Love Games by the Southern Soul Goddess, Rosalyn Candy.
yes, love.
I done did it this time, y'all. I can't help but feel. My best friend man says he loves me. I know it's a goddamn shame, but I can't help it. The way my heart is caught in his love game. Oh, the way this man looks at me, there's something
There was a statement in there I don't even want to touch, but I'm gonna touch it.
Let's
She,
get it.
she said he was abusive, but you only got abused in bed. Now that's a hell of a statement right there.
Yeah, I told you I had to reach into the imagination.
Oh yeah, that that definitely opened up doors for people to think like how that was. But
Mhm.
with working on that, who produced the sound for that? The produced the music for that?
A guy by the name of Funk Dog. You ever heard of Hurricane Chris? Hey baby, hey
Yeah.
baby. The same guy that did the beat to that.
Okay. So
Mm.
is he still part of your producing team today?
Um, the last song he did for well, he did a song for me called Chasing Check, and then they also I just worked with them the beginning of this year, but I didn't finish because just some business stuff
Mhm.
that they were doing for me. It's a fabulous song. He's a great producer. But as of now, no, no, not as of now.
So how you doing, Daryl Simmons on the check-in?
He's
Mr.
doing well,
Nasty
well.
Man, DJ Dre is in here. The
Yeah.
Nasty Man gonna come in here, and I knew he was coming. I knew the Nasty Man was coming. Just on that note alone. But so when when you work with your music now, who are some of the guys that you honestly work with that keeps inspiring and bringing that great music?
I work with Beat Flipper. If I've done Let's Get the Business Clear with him, the best you ever had. Rest in peace, Miss Portia. That was with Portia and V Real. And something else we did together. What else we did? Oh, You Can't Handle It. I've also worked with Dre. Dre did my most of the beats to my Mood Swings album. Um, D. Scott, that's Jennifer Lucky Scott's husband. He did Southern Soul Party. I Want to Feed You. Ooh, ah. I think he did something else for me. I can't think of all my songs right now. And then Flow Beat. He did. He produced E-Realist track, Snapper, and I forgot the other guy who just went viral. He did a song for him. I can't think of this guy name. Everybody know him. I can't think of his name. So Flow Beats is the latest producer that I've. That's the last one that I've worked with. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody else. Oh, Heavy. Heavy did side piece along with Beat Flipper. So Heavy did my DJ. Oh my goodness, Heavy did some more songs with me. I just can't think of the name of the songs right
No problem. Now, you did a reply to Funky 40.
now.
Let's talk about because you wrote that. You wrote
Absolutely.
you wrote that. So what was the inspiration behind replying to Arthur Young's for Funky Floyd 40?
Well, there was a DJ by the name of DJ Cowboy. He's from New Orleans, and he was like, Rosalind, I can see you doing a reply to this. And he sent me a what verse he sent me? Oh my god. Oh, the funky 40 ain't gonna be enough, especially if you're trying to get into some kinky stuff. I was like, I got you. That's the only thing he sent me.
Mm-hmm.
I called Dre. Dre, I said, listen to this. Can you do me a track to reply to this song? He knew the guy Tony. I mean, Tony knew each other. He was like, oh, Tony, that's my boy. He was like, yeah, yeah, I could do it. I said, make sure it don't sound nothing like what he got going on. He's like, come on now. I got you. So when he sent the song to me, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I just started writing. I just started writing. And that was my favorite song to write to. You could tell too.
Well, shout out to my big sister Queen. I bear witness. Much love to you, sis. Um, so it was that moment that you was like, yo, you had to get it.
I
They had
had
to
to.
hear this reply. Had to. They had to. So right now, okay, let's get into that funky 40 reply by the goddess of Southern
He
Soul.
said, hey,
And
pretty lady, your body drive me crazy. Can I touch it? Can I please it? Got 40 I can pay with. I met this guy, y'all, while I was pumping some gas. More than asking $40 to love my tank. Gave me his number, said call me anytime. Maybe I can take you to lunch sometime. Just because you gave me $40, let's not pretend that the money you gave me gonna make me a freaky friend. You can keep your little funky 40. I need more than that. Better come with them hundreds. Better run me some Benjamin. Funky 40 ain't gonna be enough. Especially if you're trying to get into some kinky stuff. Oh yeah. I need my nails done and my hair fixed too. So tell me what you think $40 gonna do. You call me on the weekend, trying to interrupt my flow. Got your name in my phone, labeled as a joke. Yes, I do. Trying to play me like a simple hoe. The only language you speak is slow. Just because you give me $40, let's not pretend more. That the money you gave me gonna make me a freaking friend. You can keep your life I need more than that. Better come with them hundreds. Better run me some measurements. I don't know what you're used to. I don't know. But ain't no broke friend over here, no. But I'll be a private operator. Talk for 2 minutes. Run them 40 over here. Now just because you give me $40, let's not pretend for that the money you gave me gonna make me a freaky friend. You can keep your little funky 40. I need more than that. You better come with them hundreds. Better run me some Benjamin. Yeah, shove me $40 asking can you slide through? I know you did. That's why every time you call, I pretend I got something to do. Boy, my nookie thinks too good to be playing myself so cheap. Tried to be cordial, but you think my talk is cheap. Bragging to your homeboys, acting like you got it like that. You can't be serious. 40 can't get no can just because you give me $40. Let's not pretend that the money you gave me gonna make me a freaky friend. You can keep your little funky 40. I need more than that. Better come with them hundreds. Better run me the Benjamin. Because you give me $40. Let's not pretend that the money you gave me gonna make me a freaky friend. You can keep your little funky 40. I need more than that. Better come with them hundreds. Better run me some Benjamin. He said,
Woo! Funky 40, keep the funky 40. Bring out them Benjamins.
Yes. Let me tell you right quick. You know I'm
Now,
inspired by when I write.
Huh?
Go ahead,
Can
Rob.
you know who I'm inspired by when I write? Slick Rick. Slick Rick always told a story. So whenever I
Right.
write, I get into my Slick Rick mode.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a question after Daryl Simmons has a question for you in the comments. He said, "What male Southern soul artist would you do a collab with, and why would you choose that artist if there is one?"
There is a few. I've already done one with Tucker, so um, King George because he got a gospel voice now because he's blowing up in the world. I've even before he started rising, when I first heard him, I was like, he reminded me of church. He reminded me of my grandmother's church, like somebody I used to sing with in church. Um, Also, it would be um, Southern Soul, Jeter. Everybody's gonna want Jeter.
Yeah,
Um, oh my goodness, Magic One. Um, the one who sings "You the baddest in the room."
yeah, Magic
The
One,
love,
yeah.
I would love to do a song with him. And this artist I feel is really slept on. But whenever I play my music on when I'm listening to my music back to back on iHeart or whatever, Lomax. um, he slept on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a few. So I don't really have just one. It's a few.
Now, with the Funky 40 reply, that's like almost like an anthem for ladies. Because at one
Mm.
point in time, everybody was talking about they got this Funky 40. They got this $40. Now, I don't know what $40 do or how do it make individuals want to do some other things, but for a minute they was Funky 40, Funky 40, Funky 40. You know what I mean? And with the Funky 40, you said you can keep the Funky 40, you need some Benjamins.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, what what is it about songs like that that inspire and empower women?
Um, for me, I think on the lines of back in the day when the Betty Wright was writing the real blues, when they was teaching lessons and they was telling, trying to mentor women through music.
Mhm.
I felt like, no, you got to know your worth. What? $40? No, she just hit you up for $40. What is she, a cluckhead? Like, no, no. If you have to know your worth. So for me, when I wrote the song, as you can hear, I'm describing why I need that $40. You want to go chat it up with your boys, but baby, I need more than that. Now we could talk for 2 minutes for the little party, but it's like telling a story. So I feel like music like that inspire women because you're talking for them. You
Mhm.
saying something that they would want to say, but they can't say it. So you got to say it for them through music, and the ones they don't know, you teaching at the same time. Like
Right.
respect yourself. No, girl, you're gonna need more than $40.
Right. Now, I was going to ask you when it comes down to certain songs, do you feel like you're educating the women that to give themselves, you know what I'm saying, more self esteem or look at themselves in a different fashion?
Absolutely. Like with role plays, when I wrote role play, I wrote that intentional. Because at the time, side piece was really popular and women was really making it like a thing to be one. So when I wrote role play, I wrote it for the women that are in relationships that really cherish their relationship. And I was trying to tell them, listen, you can keep your man by simply role playing. Just become the other woman that he feel like he got to go outside the house to get. You have to take care of your man at home. Give him something different. So role play was intentional. Um, oh my God, I wrote so many songs. What else I got? Threesome. Let's be honest. I touched before this polygamy thing became such a thing. When I wrote threesome, that was a taboo. People were scared to even touch on that subject. I like to talk about things that people are scared to talk about, but they talk about it in private. So when I wrote threesome, and that's the one Heavy produced as well. So when I wrote threesome, I'm like, listen, okay, he want to have a threesome. He ain't got to go outside to find nobody. Let's bring somebody to you, somebody that I trust, somebody that I know that's clean, and let's give it to you. You ain't got to cheat on me. That's what I'm saying in the song. You ain't got to cheat on me. I'll fulfill your fantasy. You ain't got to go do that. And I know people may be like, oh, that's something I wouldn't do. But look at today. Look at 2023. What's happening right now?
Yeah, a lot of
You know
people,
what I'm saying?
a lot of people is testing the waters with polygamy. Now,
Hmm.
with the song threesome, and we asked a lot of you know what I'm saying artists this: when you write, do it have some reality for it's personal, or it's just that something that you saw from someone else?
The songs that I wrote, definitely, not putting anybody in my business, are personal. It's things that I've experienced. Yeah, so I can't tell you nothing that I didn't experience. That's being hypocritical, right?
Right.
So I can only tell you my experience with something and how it works for me. It may or may not work all the time. I haven't gotten to the point of making that type of music to be able to tell you the outcome of such, such and such of a threesome. But yeah, they definitely stick to the question. Yeah. most of my everything I wrote is personal.
Now, the song with Tucker. Can you speak to how that collaboration came about and the inspiration behind that song?
Yeah, sure. So at the time I was under the same management as Tucker, so he wanted me to be his artist. So I was his artist for a little while, and he said, I have a song, I want you to try this song. So he sent me a beat, and I think he said Mr. Fat did that beat. I forgot about Mr. Fat. Shout out to Mr. Fat. And shout out to Cecil, because Cecil did my song Looker, which is Tucker's keyboard player. But Mr. Fat, I think, did Bone Shakalaka. That's Cupid's um, DJ and hype man, Mr. Fat. So
Right.
when I heard Bone Shakalaka, I sent Tucker the lyrics. So, so not to anything away from Tucker because he's definitely an awesome writer. He did tell me to change uh, booty everywhere when I'm swinging these hips. That was his idea.
Right.
So I changed that. But and then of course he wrote his own lyrics. So the inspiration behind it was just him saying, "Hey, try this beat. Tell me what you think. Write to it and let me know." So I wrote to it. I sent it to him. He said, "You can write." Thank you. He liked it. Told me what to change up. I changed up that little part. When I went to record it, I went to his studio that he told me to go to in Lafayette. And then he came and did his verse. I was like, "Does it sound too churchy?" He was like, "No, it sounds good." Because I was like, "I think it sounds too churchy." Because I got soul. I'm just born with soul, y'all. Like soul is just in me. I was like, "I think it may sound too churchy." He's like, "No, it's good." I knew it was good when South Carolina, I can't even think which one it was. Uh, Charleston. They was playing it back to back. So I knew it was good.
Right.
That's how that came about though, through Tucker.
Now, you have two new singles that we have on deck. And how long, when did they release? And how long did it take to write and produce those? Glide.
Glide.
And,
Okay.
mhm. And the other song is another
No man's used to be.
No Man's Used to Be. No, I wanted her to say I was trying to segue to her to say that.
Oh,
Well, No Man's used to be. I didn't write that.
Uh,
That was something one of Malaco writers wrote. Um, so No Man's used to be. I just went in and found it, and I felt like the ancestors was in the studio booth with me because my vocals was it just sounded totally different from what I had did with other Southern soul songs. So I just felt like I don't know if Denise LaSalle was in the studio booth with me. Somebody was in there with me because they was like, "You sound different." I'm like, "I know." I'm so serious, and my voice has just been there ever since. But so No Man's used to be. They wrote that, and Glide. I did that freestyle in the studio. I had the chorus already. I was trying to decide should I sing Bless or Glide. Woke up this morning because I'm blessed, 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 blessed. And then the producer was like, "No, say Glide." I said, "I'm going to say Glide." So went in there. I'm like, "I don't have anything written down to it." He was like, "You got this." I freestyled that song. Every verse on there was just me in there just making up stuff.
wow. Wow. We're gonna get to that last, but let's get to not another man's what?
No Man's used to be,
No,
baby.
no Man's Used to Be by Rosalyn Candy, the goddess of
Let's
Southern
get it.
Soul. Let's get it.
No man used to be. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, I still got my head. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, still trying to get with me. I don't have time for foolish games. When I met a man in my world, I hold the winning hand. See, I'm the kind of woman who can make it on my own. If a man can't pay my bills, it's time for him to get his hat. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh, I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, I still got my head. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, still trying to get with me. Now that's one thing I hope you ladies know. If you let a man have his way, he's gonna wanna run the show. So take your time and get a better love. What's the use of having him around when it drains your pocketbook? See, I don't play queen for a day. When it comes to getting my love, hey, has to call my way. Hey, hey, I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, I still got my head. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, still trying to get with me. I ain't no man. I ain't no man used to be. I ain't no man. I ain't no man used to be. Wishful thinking, I have no time for that. If a man can't pay my bills, it's time for him to get his hat. Y'all don't hear me, no, no, no. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, I still got my head. I ain't no man used to be. 'Cause everyone I've had, still trying to get with me. I ain't no man, no man used to be. I ain't no man used to be. I ain't no man, no man used to be. I ain't no man used to be.
Woo! No man's used to be.
Yes.
Because
Shout out to
every
Slack too. I'm sorry, the producer for that one was Slack. I forgot to shout him out real quick. I'm so sorry. Slack, shout out to you.
definitely because every man is trying to get back. So you're nobody's used to be.
Mm-mm. No. I'm they wish they can.
All right. But we're gonna jump into Glide right quick so we can get some other things to talk about before we have to end the show. So Kay, jump into Glide by the Goddess of Southern Soul. Let's get it.
Woke up this morning, sun shining on me. Feet hit the floor, thanking God. Now let's ride, ride. your joy back. Live it up. Sunshine in your footsteps. Giddy up. That's right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You look good. You so precious. Now let's glide, glide, glide. Woo. Woke up this morning. Sun shining on me. Fresh. Feet hit the floor. Thanking God. Now let's ride, 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 ride. Get into this Monday. Can't nothing stop me. Eyes on the prize, time to win. Now let's ride, 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 ride.
Let's glide. Now, Daryl Simmons said he loved this track, and
Really?
also,
Thank you.
yeah, also too, a good friend of mine and yours, Carissa Red, said that you are more than Southern Soul.
Oh wow. Yeah, she always tell me that.
She said that you're more than Southern Soul. And how does it feel to have individuals in your corner like that?
Um, when it comes to Red has been in my corner since good God, I would say 2016. I met Red. Um, and she was even when she was put in like difficult positions, she still always reached out and gave me positive words, and she never changed up or switched up on me in that regard. So I don't have too many like that, but the few that I have, like Joe Black, the promoter, he sent me some positive words today. He was like, "Don't you give up on Southern Soul because I'll be ready to give up sometimes." He was like, "Don't you give up on Southern Soul. Southern Soul needs you. You know, I'm just sending you these words of encouragement." He said, "Iron sharpens iron, and friend sharpens friend. Friend, you got it." So to have those type of people that do call me and talk to me like that, I find it is just I'm just honored and blessed to be honest with you, and I don't take it for granted.
And those are the people that see that talent in you and they want to push you to the next level. And her, I know her alone, Carissa Red, she definitely is a type of person that will hold you down to have your back in
Hmm.
this here. And that's a beautiful thing. T Quest is on the check in. Shout out T Quest. What's going on with you? And and I know I appreciate her because she's helped me out a lot with booking and things as far as my show is concerned. So, and she never fakes me out. So she always holds me down, and I appreciate her. I appreciate her to death. Now I wanted to ask about acting. How much acting have you done?
You've done your research. um, I've done a few. I started off, well, of course, with the background acting. Um, I just did Emancipation with Will Smith, and I was supposed to have been a slave on this on it, and I ended up being a nun with camera time. I don't know if you saw it, but I did that. I got camera time with Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield in a movie called The Photograph. So I always go to be an extra, but for some reason I stand out and they give me that camera time, and I'm thankful for that. And then I just did a show with a guy named Dewey. It's on Tubi. It's called Inner City Blues, and I got a part where I'm talking, talking in there, and of course reality TV. But when it comes to acting, I started off acting in middle school, so it's always been a passion of mine. When I graduated high school, I was supposed to go to Hollywood to become an actress, and ended up being boy crazy, following the boys to Mississippi to go to college.
Oh, you gonna
um,
blame it on Mississippi now? Y'all gonna blame it on Mississippi now? Oh, okay. Here we go.
but you know, things happen for a reason. But yes, when it comes to acting, I've been acting. My mama had us acting in church, playing our Christmas plays. So it's always been a passion of mine, aside from music.
Definitely. And it's I was asking because my brother hit me. He said, we seen on that thing, didn't it?" And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, that's her right there. So he did the research on one side. I did the research on another side. But do you aspire to be an actress more so than a singer now, or you're comfortable with doing both?
Yin and yang. I definitely have to do both. Music is life for me. Music is therapeutic for me. You know, most people turn to certain things to cope in life. I turn to music. I turn to writing. I can't ever give up on music. It's my passion. No matter what I'm singing, no matter what genre I'm singing, I can't give up on it. Just like I can't give up on soul music itself, because soul music is just a different, thing within itself. When it's, oh my God, it's deep for me. So I can't give up on music to do acting, and I can't give up acting to do music. I would definitely have to do both. If I could do Broadway, I would.
That's amazing. Uh, when you're singing, do you think about ever doing or getting a residency somewhere where you can sing live with a band on a regular?
Oh my God, yes. I just watched the Elvis movie yesterday. When I watched the Elvis movie, and
Yeah,
I seen how he was in Vegas forever up until he transitioned. And I'm like, I want to do that. Usher residency in Las Vegas. I'm like, I could
right.
do this. I want to do this all the time. That's one of my goals, one of my dreams.
And oh, shout out to Red Boy. He said Rochelle, that R Candy is his girl. That's exactly what he said. He said, "That's my
Hey,
girl, R
Ron.
Candy." Red Boy.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, he's been holding me down too as a supporter, and as he's an artist, and he still support me. So
Mhm.
he's a day one.
Definitely, definitely. Now, I know we're coming to the end of the show, but I want to make sure that individuals also, for you to say the movies again that you're in,
Sure,
and also
absolutely.
whether they on Tubi, wherever the case may be, and also where they
Mhm,
can find your music and where they
mhm.
can see you perform live.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna start with reality TV first. I'm on episode I think 7 or 8. It's a reality TV show with my cousin Met to See called Keeping Up with the Met. They're also playing Stroking in one of the episodes, so they got my music in there. I Love Southern Soul is on Tubi. Um, Another Tubi movie that I'm in is called Inner City Blues. What else do I have? Movie wise, Emancipation, Will Smith movie, and The Photograph, Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield.
Wow.
That's where they can find that. My last show was I just did my show in Utica, Mississippi. As of now, I don't have any bookings, so I can't tell y'all where y'all could come see me perform live. But I'm always on my Facebook singing and and doing what I do, so you could always keep up with any shows that I may have from there or going to my website at rosalyncandy.com.
Now, with the inner city blues, I think that's with Miss Pat as well, right? From
Absolutely, yep.
and I love Southern Soul. Miss Pat is in that as well. Um,
She sure is. Yep.
Now, where can they get your music, and how can they get you booked for a show?
Sure. My music is on all the streaming platforms. So all you got to do is just put my name in a search bar on Google, Rosalind, ROSALYNCANDY. And it'll pop up. Make sure you add me to your iHeart stations, um, your Apple and your Spotify. Okay, Amazon. I'm on all of this stuff. Also a published author. I have books on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. I have a book called The Way They Made Me, A Broken Vessel, This Purple Ribbon. For booking, whether it's hosting or singing, because I do host too. Um, my manager is Mr. Jesse Thompson. He's over the Jackson Music Awards, and he can be reached at Lord. I don't even know this number by heart. That's a shame. I think it's 601. You know what? Don't make me do that. I think it's 618-26629. I'm not sure. I do apologize, y'all. But RosalynCandy.com, the contact form there, you could always submit a contact form or go to the Jackson Music Awards page. His number is on there too. Jesse Thompson is my manager. You can book me through Jesse Thompson. Everybody know who Mr. Jesse is. So
Yes, 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 definitely. But I want to say that it was an honor and a privilege to have you on, and you being a versatile artist, being that you can sing and act, and you're doing both very well. It was a pleasure for me and my brother to have you on. So if you can just hang out for like 2 minutes after the show, so we could chop it up a little bit, and we get some things straightened out. So if that's
Sure,
cool
I
with you.
appreciate you too, King. Thank
Appreciate you
you.
too. Thank you. Hey, KY, big
Yes,
bro,
sir.
you know what time it is, man.
Yes, to all our fans, followers, and subscribers, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Real 360 show. We'd like to thank our special guest for this evening, Miss Rosalyn Candy, for being such a gracious person to come on our show. And if you want to hear her great music, what you just heard, all you got to do is tune in to Live 365 and tune into the Real to Real radio. You can hear her songs being aired as we speak. All right. So support our artists, support our followers, support our guests, support every black person trying to make a change and do what they do. Let's help grow and nationalize and make it do what it do. All right.
Yeah.
Who we got coming up on the next segment?
Tomorrow we have Squirt Kelly gonna be on, and that's gonna be an amazing show.
It's you six Kirk Kelly.
Oh, Squirt Kelly in the building. Hey, he
Oh, I've
from
been waiting.
Arkansas.
Oh, wait
He
on this one. I've been waiting on this one. Yes, sir.
Man,
Yeah.
don't be messing with my boy Squirt
Yeah.
like that, man.
Oh, we gonna get it in. We gonna get
Oh
it in.
man, don't be messing with my boy Squirt like that.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, it's been a pleasure. All our fans and followers that was on it continue to support us. And
Hold
we
on one
will-
second, okay? Hold
what
on.
to do.
We definitely can give a shout out to the families who have lost individuals on 9/11, since today is 9/11. So those who are still struggling with losing their family members, and those who lost their lives in the heinous attack on 9/11. Definitely shout out for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everybody. You know the slogan. We out of here like last year. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ KY's, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True indeed, true indeed. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of guards and nurses. To all the human families of the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. The peace of man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow, to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it. Just